Hello, and welcome to Sunny Speak on this channel. Today we're going to make this beautiful hair into a bang wig. We will be using this live keratin Remi Brazilian hair. I have 2 packs of this. I'm going to use this mannequin head, but first, before I start on my wig, there are some other things I want to show you that you're going to need in order to make this wig. Will it take 10 minutes? Sometimes it will take that length of time, but for the most part, realize it's going to take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. But you can prep yourself to make these wigs. I will be using some shower caps. Very important to have that. You need a good pair of shears if you decide to cut your hair. I'm going to use some Spritz to spray on top of my cap that I'm going to glue my tracks onto, because I want to ensure that it's going to last a very long time. And if you spritz the cap first, it will last. I'm going to use this bonding glue, this Proclaim bonding glue. You can use the 10-second glue, but if you're just starting out, I would recommend that you get this. And you possibly may need a dryer to dry the tracks on the cap. Now, with all of my wigs that I make, I always use a Sharpie. The reason for the Sharpie is because once you place that cap on the mannequin head or your head, you want to outline where you want to place your tracks for a precise laying of your tracks. Therefore, you will not be wasting any kind of hair. If you have anything extra left over, you would know what you're working with. Before I get started, I'm going to take some saran wrap and try to build this head up, because like I said, I have a very large head. And if you do not, listen to me very well, if you do not have a mannequin that is similar to your head size, when you begin to make your wig, that cap with that glue on there, it's going to make that cap shrink. And when you try to apply it to your head, it's not going to work. We're going to use some of this E6000. You're wondering, Sonya, why do you have this out? I'm going to show you. So go ahead and build this mannequin head up first, and I'll come back to you and we're going to get started. I have a little splash board so the reflection of the mirror would not be in this view. That is why I have that board there. You want to just take your saran wrap. Don't worry about her face. And just make sure it's kind of flat though. You don't want it to be bumpy. And just continue to wrap. Fold down and wrap. Because I made that mistake some time ago when I made my first wig, and I just tried to use one of these. I used the styrofoam cap, the styrofoam head, and that thing was so small. When I tried to put it on my head, it wouldn't even go to the crown. So that's why I'm telling you to. And these little mannequins, these are the displays that they have in the beauty supply store. And what happened is, when they get new hair in, sometimes they will sell these mannequin heads. So check them out. Go by your local beauty supply store and ask them, do they sell their wig mannequin heads, because you would like to purchase one. And I think on average I paid probably about $5. Okay, so far this is how my head is looking. I am getting more volume in the crowning of the head than around the side. I need for my side to match my crowning. So I had this epiphany as I was wrapping to take one of my caps. I'm going to stuff it with paper. We're going to place it on here, build it up, and go around it one time. And then we're going to go ahead and use the dryer in order to mold that. So I will always have this cap or this mannequin for a later time. So let me go get something to stuff this. Toilet paper, don't matter what it is, some old shoe paper. We just want to stuff it so we can build it up quicker, because at the rate that I'm going, like I said, it looked like just the crowning. As you can see, just this crowning, I need for the size as well as the crowning to be bigger. Always go bigger than smaller. So I went into my old shoe boxes, and this is what I came up with. So I'm going to take this, put it where I want it to go. Girl, you so smart, I know. Put it on the back. Looking kind of cray-cray, ain't it? Yeah, but that's okay, because now we're going to take this hat and place this on top. I'm using all my saran wrap knowing I need this on my stomach. Cause I can get that corset. So honey, what you doing? Okay. I told you I'm always thinking about stuff. How to reinvent stuff, how to create stuff. Come on now. Don't tell me your girl did I not do it? So since I got a lot of volume in the front, I'm gonna stuff this back in the back. You can use paper towel, wherever you want to use. It don't matter. But you got to make sure it has a balance to it. And the reason you need that balance, now see that look like a real head. Don't that kind of look like somebody's head? That's my damn head. Okay, well, stuff all that in there. Mold it. Mold that big old head. Yes, girl. That's okay, because I got a big head too. But it's cute once you style these big heads. Now we're going to take out saran wrap and go around this head just one more again. You see how I did that? Because I was sitting here just wrapping and wrapping. I'm like, Now we're going to take that and go around it probably 2 times. It's going to be kind of loose, so don't become alarmed or get scared with something it ain't right. Yes, it is going to be right. The things we do to look good, huh? I tell you. Okay, I want to make sure it covers over this top because when I get ready to use that heat to melt it, let's go around the top. Now this looks like a head, don't it? That's all I need. Now I'm going to break it off. Well, I cut it off. I'm going to break it off. I don't see the scissors. Now I'm going to take this right here and fold it on top. And now I got the shape of somewhat of my head, especially in the back. I'm going to take a dryer and try to mold that. Pour that out. If you don't want to blow dry it, you don't have to, but I'm going to mold mine so it can stay in place so I know, whenever I do another wig, I have it. You try it's melting? I need for that to melt. Okay, so that's good enough for me. Anything that I see extra, I'm gonna go ahead. Like this right here, I'm gonna cut this off. A little bit too much extra. Don't worry about her face because this is not your face line. Okay, let me go ahead and melt that a little bit around there. So we're going to go with this mesh cap and see how it works out. But that's how that looked. And I picked that up from my local beauty supply store. And that's number 5011 black. And the brand is Fitt. Fitt. So yeah, we're going to do this. What is it? Fitt? Fitt. I don't know if it's a Fitt. Hell, whatever. Go and get this cap. But yeah, we're going to use this because we don't have to mark it, and we can use this as the front base for our cap to line up in the front of our head. And this is a good indentation to show the back ending of our head. So what I'm going to do is turn you around to let you see my head. This is a tutorial, and I'm trying to show you how to make a wig. This ain't about how I'm looking glamorous and everything, because once I finish everything, everything's going to come together. Okay, so this is how I'm looking. Cray. Okay. I'll take cray. Okay, so what I'm going to do, cap. This is a wig stocking cap. I want to place that on my head. Because I'm natural. And I try to get your hair as flat as possible. I still want to place this on my head. This is now my mesh cap that I'm going to glue my hair onto. And we have a better outline by looking at that front. Because in the back it has like a V point to it. So that's our back end. Take that, apply it on your head. Line this part up with the center. Okay, I'm trying to cut that without cutting this cap. Okay. Because see, when you put these on your head, after a while, it's like you got a, honey, you talking about a headache? Oh my goodness. Put my wig cap back. Okay. I think I'm gonna like this, y'all. Okay, that's it. Now, as you can see, my ears. Remember we talked about the ears because it hurt. We're not gonna go up into the mesh because we don't want it to start unraveling. We're just gonna do enough of this band. I just want to do enough of this band to take this insert out. I'm trying to trace around my ears as close as possible. Okay, so as you can see, I've traced around my ears where I want to cut my band. But before I cut my band, you got to make sure everything is lined up. You got to make sure everything is lined up properly before you cut. That don't make no damn sense. So now that I have outlined where I want to cut around this band to relieve some of this tension, because I just can't do it. Now I know where it's going to lay. I'm going to take this off, leave my wig cap on, because, and you do this at your own discretion. This is just something that I am doing. Put my wig cap, put the shower cap on. You can twist the back and just tuck it. Okay, so that's down. Where I have marked outside on my band, I want to make sure it's right. If you got to go back and check it, then so be it. I want my wig to still be tight, but not too tight where it's giving me a headache. I can't do it. I'm going to use my E6000 glue. Shake it up. Make sure it's going to spray. Outside of my, I got to put it back on, but you got to be very careful if you're going to do this. Very careful. Because you'll come back and say, son, you told me no heel. I did not tell you. Use it at your own discretion. Then I tell you that. That's what I damn said. You just don't be listening like my children don't. That's my friend. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. That's good. I want to take my glue. You know what? Take a bag and cover your ear. Somebody. Did I still got my cap on? Yeah, I gotta do that. Take your cap, your plastic cap underneath, pull it down some over your ear so this stuff will not get in your ear. Viewer discretion is advised. I'm not telling you to do this. This is to your discretion if you want to do this part. But I'm sick of it. This band hurting my head. I'm just going to lightly spray in the circle of it and pat it. The outskirt of it and pat it. Because when I get ready to cut it, I don't want it to go anywhere. It didn't get on my ear, didn't go in my ear, just lightly sprayed it. You can wait a couple of hours till it dry. Or, now I'm going to do this side. Cover your ear up. Do the same, repeat the same step. Get your towel, old towel, whatever. I'm going to allow this to dry for a couple of hours. Come back and we're going to cut around this section so this band would not pull away from me. And then we're going to begin to draw our lines on our cap to lay our tracks. Stay tuned. What I do is take my dryer on cool and try to go ahead and speed up the process of this drying for this cap. I took the cap off and cut just a little bit around that circular or half moon that I made. It's sticky. So I'm going to do the same for this one. Be careful, because if you're going to use this mesh cap, it is very, very sheer. Probably take a smaller pair. We're not going to cut up into this band because we want to keep that right there. So we're just going to try to do it on camera. I'm not going all the way up because I don't want to lose that scrapping of my band. So I just lightly went around inside just a little bit and cut that out. So now I got that side and that side completed. Let's place it back on my head and see how it's going to fit. Leave your plastic cap still on your head. Bring that to the center. Do you see that? I cut around that ear. I didn't go up into the band. I just cut lightly a little bit around that way. And I did the same thing for this side. Same exact thing. So the next step that I want to do, so once I take off this cap, let me show you what's going to happen. Now that I've made that, it's still not dry. I didn't want to put it on my head as of yet. And when I tell you they give me a headache, oh my goodness. I'm going to keep this on because the glue's still not dry. I still want that glue to dry because I don't want to take a chance of it stretching and it begins to unravel or any of that. Okay, so now this is my back. Do you see how it's going to fit around my ear now? That's how it's going to lay around my ear. And that's not tight at all. Same thing on this side. That's not tight. Do you see how that's going to lay around my ear? I need to go ahead and allow this to finish drying. And that's going to look for a better fit too. You see that? Let me go ahead and let this finish drying. I'm going to come back and we're going to begin laying them tracks, baby. We're going to make us a wig, okay? Okay, so now I have cut around the ear part of this cap. This is a mesh cap. You have to be very careful. I'm going to take my blow dryer on cool and I want to press down the ends. If I'm not going to allow it to dry overnight, you want to go ahead and press this down on the ends. Keep it on cool, and you have to thoroughly dry this hat, because if you do not dry it, when you begin to lay your track by this glue being a water resistant glue, it's not going to come apart. You may just have your hair matted or stuck together, and you don't want to do that. So just take your time with it. If it takes you a couple of days to do a wig, that's fine. That's fine. Just take your time with it. But you want to go ahead and hold these end downs. If you want that, you want to go ahead and just hurry and get it done. Keep it on cool. Do not do hot whatsoever. Keep your blow dryer on cool and blow it against the pressure point where you have your finger pressed down, because see, once this dry, it becomes water resistant. It's not going to unravel. It's not going to do anything. Now, I could have just cut this and left it like that, but I did not want to do that. I want to make sure that it's not going to come loose. I'm a Virgo. We're very particular about our things. We're perfectionists is what we are. So at least I am. So I have to make sure that's not going to come loose. Like I said, I just got tired of it hurting around my head. I would get these bad headaches. What can I do? So I just came up with this idea. I'm always thinking about, like I said, creating things or reinventing things to make it just a little bit better for me. So I have to go to this side. I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Dry this until it's completely dry on cool. And then we're going to come back and begin to put our lines on our caps. We're going to come back and put the lines on our cap so we can make this wig. Now this is, like I told you, this is a tutorial. This is not about my makeup, my face beat, and all this, that, and the other. I'm trying to show you what I know. And then later on, once you make your hair, then you go back and you beat this face. Because at the end of this video, you already know it's going to be beat to the gods, okay? So let's go ahead and finish doing this. We got to first do this before we can get to all this up in here, okay? I'll be back. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to do, we molded our cap to try to mold it to our head size. You want to go ahead and take your plastic cap and still place one on top of your mannequin. Now my ends are dry. We're not going to worry about this right here because guess what? You're going to take your tracks and cover that so you will not see that at all. Now, I will be cutting this little part off because get some smaller shears. I went back in with my brow scissors to cut it because you don't want to find yourself cutting into your mesh and messing it up. You don't want to mess that up, so yeah. Just get some brow scissors or something smaller to cut that. Okay, so now we know this is the back end of our cap. We're going to put that on the back. There she go. Gone, girl. Okay, so that's how that is looking now. I have it on my mannequin. This is my front. You always want to make sure you center according to the front. This is my front. That's my side. As you can see, that will go over my ear. And that is my back. My back is not centered enough for me, so I want to try to straighten that out because when I put it on my head, I want it to be on point. But you got to make sure this is dry. If you don't make sure this is dry once you start, it's going to stretch out and it's going to be too big. Okay. So there we have it. We want to go ahead and begin to mark our cap where we want our tracks to lay. Remember, you can pick up this little Sharpie from any store, Walmart, wherever, it doesn't matter. I have this blackboard here because I didn't want the reflection from the mirror to show through the camera. That's why I got the little board there. So now I'm going to take my marker, make sure it's coming out, and begin to line up where I want to start my hair, my first track. You're going to do this all the way around. Wherever you want to line your tracks, that's what you do. Mark it where you can see it. So therefore, if you go ahead and line this whole entire weird cap, you'll know where your track's going to lay at, so you can pre-cut your tracks. Even if you're not going to glue them ahead of time, you at least have them pre-cut. Okay, so I have outlined my hair some. You can't see it that much on this track, but I can see it in person. Where I'm going to start laying my tracks. I'm going to start here, work my way up. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-cut some tracks. The first pack of hair that I want to open is my 14-inch Sensational. And this is the Keratin Remi Live Hair. That's the Brazilian Keratin Remi Live Hair. I want to lay that track first. Let me show you how this hair is looking. Because I love the feel of this hair. I bought this hair once before and did a wig for my daughter. She had a, I got stuff all over my bathroom, y'all, because it got hair everywhere. This is the 14-inch. That's how that 14 is looking. Love the texture of it. Love the feel of it. The quality of this hair is good for it to be store-bought hair. Before I glue this hair on, I am going to take my Spritz. Although it's a mesh cap, I'm going to take my Spritz and spritz this hair out over because I want to ensure that this hair is going to stay on here for a long period of time. Okay, this is my hair. So I want to go ahead and start here and bring it over here. That's my first line. And this is in the 14-inch, so I'm going to bring it from, this is my first line. Start here. And I'm going to glue to here. So this is where I want to cut my hair. I want to make sure I don't waste any of this hair. And doing this method will ensure that you're not going to waste your hair. So this would be my first line. I'm take my little cardboard to make sure that my glue is going to come out right. So I won't make a mistake on my line. That's what you want to do first. Make sure it's going to come out right. Take your Spritz and spritz your entire cap lightly. Not too much. I'm not for certain with this mesh cap, so it's some trial and error type thing with this mesh. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my first track. Just take your time with it. You want to do a light line on that track. Okay. Take my first track and apply it to that line that we created. There to there. Get your dryer and dry it on cool. Now I have given you a general idea. I'm going to go ahead and pre-cut the rest of my track. It's a good way to go right here. You got to make sure this is dry. You really got to make sure this mesh is dry. You won't go ahead thinking you cute mesh. Here, it's on the floor. Okay, now I'm knowing. How it's looking so far. Now what I'm discovering with this mesh, you have to make sure you really dry this glue on this mesh, because if not, it's going to pull. It's not going to absorb into the holes good in order to stay on. So you got to really make sure when once you press it on to let it sit for a while to thoroughly dry before combing it. Okay, so now that I have laid all of my 14-inch, this is how the hair is looking. I've taken it off the mannequin's head because I wanted to see how it's flowing. This is the 14-inch hair. I have not seen the back, so I'm going to turn around and let you see the back. But when I tell you this feels so much better around my ears, oh my goodness, you have to try this. I cut my ears out, the inserts of my ears out. Now I'm going to go back and correct these little edges because I don't want to blow up and that, you seeing all my business around now. You know I'm going to fix it right. But I just wanted to show you how it's looking so far. So if I wanted to take it around my ear, it won't look so bad. And it won't look so big and bulky around your ear part. But that feels so much better. Oh my goodness, that feels good. So this is how the hair is looking. Let me turn to the back so you can see the back of the hair. Now you're seeing something I haven't even seen yet. That's how the back is looking. That's 14 inches. This is the front. That's the front. It don't feel like it's unraveling. It's not sticking me. I mean, just none of that. This hair feels so good. And you can see in the top, it's not even bulky, considering that, you know, I'm natural and got my hair braided. But around my ears, normally by now, I took this wig off and threw it somewhere, but this something I can rock, people. Yes. Okay, so this is day 2. I had to go out and try to find some more hair. The hair I originally had was the 14-inch and the 12-inch live sensational, what is the Remi, Brazilian Remi hair. Okay, come to find out, apparently they have discontinued this hair. This hair is by Sensational. The company have discontinued this hair, so they're not going to carry anymore. So I took the 12-inch back. He allowed me to bring the 12-inch back. When I took the 12-inch back, I got an 18-inch. But they, you know, they tried to talk me into getting some more hair to blend it. And you know me, I want all the same kind of hair because this hair have a certain kind of feel to it. Do it curl? It will curl some. It won't really hold some definite, defined curls per se. It won't hold that. But I'm using it as a Chinese bang or a straight cut. That's it. 18 inches. I just need enough. Let me show you what I've done so far. Now, when I got the hair, it came with this little, it was more blunt than this. I'm going to blend it, so don't worry about it. But this is how the hair is looking. That's it right now. So now, the only thing I have to work on is just this top piece, and I'm done with this wig. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this. I'm going to try to get some footage on camera, because I was kind of teed off last night when I could not finish this hair because I wanted to finish it. But I just didn't want to half step and put the 12-inch because it just would have been too short. I also picked up some more of those mesh caps because the summertime is not too far away. And when I tell you your hair can breathe in this cap, and that cap feels so lightweight, it's very lightweighted. So, I mean, it'll work for you. So let me turn you around. Got a lot of stuff going on the counter. But yeah, I want to show you this hair. Put my board back up so we won't have that reflection from that mirror showing. Let's turn around. Okay, so now that we're getting up to the crowning part of the hair, instead of me going in a circular motion or zigzag, zigzag, I'm going to go sideways because I don't want this bang to look, I don't want this bang, once I get ready to cut, I don't want this to look too thick. I want all the hair to flow. So now I'm taking in a box section. I've gone from side to side, side to side, and then I started to lay on top this way. Like I'm closing in a box, and once I get here, that's where I'm going to put my centerpiece. So everything will look so smooth where it won't look real bulky up in the front of it. Now we're at the crowning. This is the back part of the hair right here. What I'm going to do is take this piece right here. I'm going to take this piece and place it across the back. You have to make sure that it has some kind of balance to it because you don't want it too bulky. Let me turn around. So I'm going to take this piece and lay it right across here. If you need to take some hair from the back to fill in, that's fine. Go ahead and close it in. Put some more glue on it. Now keep in mind, like I said, with this mesh, you're going to have to work with it, but it's a good thing to use. We're going to bring it halfway and place it right there. So you got all this empty space in the back. Don't worry about it because now we're going to make our closure. And I want my closure to be very thin, and it's going to cover that. If there's a problem, just go back in between and you're going to clean up your mess. Now when you're doing a wig, sometimes you have to play around with it. So now I'll put that halfway, midways in between. This is the front of the hair now. Here, the half a piece of hair and came up halfway. Now this is all that I have left. So with this that I have left, this is all that I have left. And this is where a lot of people have the confusion or they don't know how to make that closure. So I took a half piece and put it across here. That's the back of the hair. You see how that's flowing? So yeah, I see this over here. Yes, but this is going to spread, and once we put our closure here, it's just going to fall all over the entire head. So you're not going to see this. So don't be alarmed when you have patches and things like this. You're making this. This is what you call a custom wig. This is being made to fit your head, no one else. This is for you. Now, I want to roll it on the wrong side. The reason being, once you open it to butterfly it, all these little spike ends is not going to stick up like that. So we're going to roll it on the wrong side on purpose. Let all that stick up now because once we get ready to open this hair, we don't want those real fine edges stick up in the air. We're going to roll on the wrong side. So since I'm trying to do like a square, you're going to take a tip of it, keep it in the air. Keep that point in the air. And you're going to roll below it. You're going to get sticky. It's going to get really, really sticky. If you have an opening, that's fine. Hold it together. And just keep rolling down. Go down. Hold it together. Don't worry about that. Wrap it. See, glue getting there damn well. That's okay. Roll it. Glue it on the right side, but roll it on the wrong side. This is hard to show on camera. Roll it. Wrong side, remember. Mesh it together if you can. Keep rolling. You see that? Down and rolling. Down and rolling. So then I come to this point. Gonna mesh it together, hold it together. Try to hold it together here. Mesh it together. Because what's gonna happen is, while you're holding it tightly in your hand, gently comb down the shaft of the hair. Gently, because you don't want to unravel what you have rolled. Now what I want to do is try to find the center of this hair to open it up, to evenly disperse this hair where it's going to lay flat. So then I'm going to open it. Try to open it evenly. You see how I made that butterfly? Take your time with it. Spread that hair evenly. That looking crazy, isn't it? But we rolled it on the wrong side and glued it on the right side. Once my flat iron get hot, I'm going to take that and press it in the center of that so it can lay flat. What I said I was going to do is start making my closure ahead of time so I can just have them. So the only thing I have to do is just place it where I want to place it once I finish my units. Just like parking your hair, make sure you have an even amount, because once you press that down, that's it. We rolled it. Remember, you're going to start with the blunt end up and begin to wrap around that end. We're going to wrap it on the wrong side, but glue it on the right side. Okay. And the reason we have that openness at the top, because once we flat iron it, it's going to push it upward to go in to make sure that this closure is going to lay flat. I'm going to take a flat iron and go in between this hair through the middle and gently begin to press down, making the blunt at the bottom flat. I'm going to press down on that, trying to make that as flat as possible, because I'm going to need that blunt end right there to lay flat in order to apply it in the top of my crown. Okay, so there's my end. I pressed it down some, so by mine's being so thick, I'm going to have to press it down with my thumb some so it can lay flat. You can do this because it's been glued all over, remember? Now look at this side. Do you see that? Now I'm going to take my comb and spread it evenly like we talked about. And take my flat iron and squeeze that, press that together once again. And see, while it's hot, I can work with that. And that's going to go right here in the center to give me the perfect closure. I'm going to go ahead and put this centerpiece on. I have already gone ahead to put a little glue dot right here in the center of this hairpiece. Lighting is crappy, sorry. I put a glue dot right here in the center of the piece. Here's my piece that I made. So I wanted to make sure it is truly centered, because once you get this down, you don't want to put a whole lot of glue on it. You're going to work it once you get it on there. For me, I think that's probably going to be centered. I'm going to hold that down right there. Anything behind this that you look like it's scarce in this open space, you can go back and pull tracks. If you don't have any more tracks, pull it from the back and begin to fill in those spots. Now I'm going to hold this down for a good 10 minutes or so, and I'm going to blow dry this on a low or warm setting so that can lay flat, because I do not like it when it's standing up. I can't deal with it. It'll drive me crazy. Here's my closure that I made. I want to hold it down just a little longer to make sure that it's dry. Somebody may be wondering, why did I use the scissors to press it down? Because on this metal it generates heat, and with that pressure I want to make sure that I secure my closure. Any flyaways you may have on your closure, go ahead and lightly spread with a little spritz, and you're going to take your curlers and just completely finish flattening that closure as much as possible. Now here's my entire wig I've just made. That is the back of the hair. This is the back of my wig. That's the top crowning. long gauge. Now you're going to see some flyaways until I go ahead and maintain those flyaways, because I've been pulling as I was making this wig, so I'm going to have those. This is the front of my wig. How far do I want to cut it? We're going to do a straight bang across here, but I don't want to cut it yet before I apply it to my head to see the length that I desire before cutting. But as you can see, I didn't go all around. I didn't keep going around the crowning. I stopped at a certain point and began to lay my track sideways. Because if you keep going round and round and round, it's going to be too bulky right here in the front. And you don't want that when you're doing a bang. But yeah, that's going to lay even flatter. I just got to play with it a little bit more. And while it's a heaving, I'm going to go ahead and hold that off camera for a little while longer to make sure that it is secured. And then I'm going to try it on and go ahead and cut it to my desired style. Okay, so I have separated this hair in half. This portion of it, I'm not going to cut into this bang, because as we know, if I bring this down into the bang and cut it, it's going to fly open like a butterfly. And I don't want to do that. So when I get to this top layer, it's only so much of this that I am going to cut. But so far, I have sectioned it off where I want to cut it, to at least start cutting. And like I said, I always like to do wet cuts. I'm going to use my heat protection spray to use. You can use water, which is fine. Now, my guideline for my cut will be my nose. It's wet. The hair is fully saturated. Okay. I'm trying to look in the mirror. Okay. This unit feels so light on my head. I can't believe it. I was using that man dome cap, but I had bought a variety of caps, and I said, let me try this. And once I liked it, today, once I had to go out and get some more hair, I bought 3 more. So yeah. Okay, so my guideline is going to be my nose. Let me wait just a little bit more. You always want to cut longer and work your way up, because once you cut, as we all know, that's it. You can't come back from a cut. Get you a good pair of shears and try to go, it's right here at my nose, go across. Take your time with it. Okay, so as you can see, I've done my first cut. I started at my nose line, and it's stopping right here. Now, I want it a little bit shorter than this, so I want to wet my hair some more. Take your time with this. You go underneath or on top. I'm going to come up just a little bit more. Just a little bit dimension right here on the side. So I'm going to take my shears. Go down some. Take some of the weight off. I'm not going to comb my bang out because I want it to set itself. I'm going to press this down a little bit more on the top. Around my ears, people, look. That cutout, oh my goodness, the bum.com. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to take the unit off because I want to get these in.